Since they were used by many different armies in large numbers in the 1940s and 1950s, helicopters have been an important part of war and peace, whether they're being used to get people out of harm's way, move troops, help with disasters, or provide airborne fire support. The technology behind helicopters has improved to the point where it is now possible to make hybrid helicopter planes, advanced attack helicopters, and super heavy transport helicopters. How does the Apache AH-64's deadly firepower allow it to rule the skies? What is it about the Blackhawk U-60 that makes it a symbol of flexibility on important missions? In this video, we will figure out what these aerial marvels are all about as we look at their roles, technologies, and how they have changed modern fighting. 7. Bell UH1 Huey, 1956. Technology and the Vietnam War go together pretty well. The UH-1 was a simple and useful helicopter that became a legend because of what it could do with just one engine. In battle, the UH-1 could take between 10 and 14 soldiers. The main weapon was the M60 machine gun, which was placed on each door and controlled by a gunner to protect the pilots from fire from the ground. The seats were armored, and body armor was given to the crew to protect them even more on dangerous flights. There have been over 16,000 of these machines made, and the U.S. Marine Corps still uses them in their UH-1 Y-46. Boeing CH-47, 1961. Again, this helicopter was made during the Vietnam War and is still in use today. In a modern avatar, the CH-47 Chinook has a unique design with two rotors that let the engine's power lift the chopper as much as possible. Since there is no tail rotor, all the power goes to the two main blades, which turn in opposite directions at different heights. This means that the Chinook can carry a lot of weight at high altitudes. The Chinook is a huge flying truck that can take a 10,800 kilogram load underslung and a 9,000 kilogram load inside the cabin, or 55 troops seated inside the cabin. 5. Sikorsky CH-53 horse, 1964. This is the United States' biggest helicopter. It can carry more than 14,000 pounds, 6,350 kilograms for the first version with two engines, which is the same weight as 4 fully grown rhinos. This chopper is used by the U.S. military to move troops, take care of wounded Special Forces soldiers, and lift heavy vehicles like trucks. Since the CH-53 is mostly used on water, it has a hull that keeps water out, which lets it land safely on water in an emergency. The first versions went into service during the Vietnam War, and the newest version will now be put into production. This is more proof that American helicopter designs last a long time. 4. Bell UH-1 Cobra, 1965. It is developed from the UH-1 in order to quickly satisfy the demand for an armored helicopter capable of launching guns, rockets, and missiles. The UH-1 was the first attack helicopter in the world. It was put to use in Vietnam, where it saw a lot of battle. It was a very good platform for giving aerial fire support because it was slim, had 2 seats, and could move quickly. The Cobra's first weapons were 7.62mm miniguns, 40mm grenade launchers, and rockets. This gave it the ability to attack hidden targets all over the jungle sky. The poison-spitting Cobras would have scared the Viet Cong because they could sneak up on them and destroy anything in their way. During the Vietnam War, more than 1,000 Cobras were built to show how sure they were. This took 4 years. The U.S. Marine Corps UH-1 Viper, which is a much better version of the UH-1 Sikorsky UH-60, keeps them alive even today. 3. Sikorsky UH-60 Blackhawk, 1974. The Blackhawk is a very adaptable helicopter that has changed into dozens of different types, including the famous Stealth Hawk, which was used in the famous Operation Neptune Spear. The other important version is the Navy SH-60 Seahawk, which is the U.S. Navy's mainstay for anti-submarine, anti-surface transport, and search and rescue tasks right now. Each U.S. Navy aircraft carrier and amphibious attack ship has a number of Seahawks, while their destroyers carry a standard number of the CH-60 as a powerful surface search radar, dipping sonar sonobuoys, and can carry torpedoes, anti-ship missiles, and depth charges to attack ships and submarines. Both versions have sold well abroad and are used in more than 20 countries. 2. Boeing CH-47 Apache, 1975. Most people agree that the Apache is the most advanced attack helicopter in use today. It has been the mainstay of U.S. military ground operations for more than 30 years. The U.S. Army made it to replace the UH-1 and make it more likely to survive on dangerous ground. The Apache has protection that can protect it from hits from 23mm anti-aircraft guns. It also has a self-sealing fuel tank that stops fuel from leaking if the tank is hit. Each of the Apache's stubwings has 2 pylons that usually hold a mix of pods with 19 2.7-foot-long rockets that can be used against people and light vehicles and quad racks of AD-114. Anti-tank rockets called Hellfire have a 30mm cannon on the front that can shoot 300 rounds per minute. The Apache can also be equipped with Stinger missiles, which let it destroy a wide range of targets. In the late 1990s, the longbow radar was put in. This made it possible for the Apache to hit targets from cover without letting the enemy see them. So the helicopter is a complete tool that can cause a lot of damage on the battlefield. The Apache is still getting better and better in the 21st century. The latest 64 Guardian model has better engines, the ability to control drones from a distance, and a sensor that is meant to make muzzle flashes on the ground below stand out. The Army has also tried out putting Apaches on U.S. Navy ships and having them practice anti-ship tasks. They have also tried out an Apache with less powerful weapons. 1. Bell V-22 Osprey, 1989. The Osprey is the best kind of switcher and looks like something from a science fiction movie. During takeoff, it looks like a helicopter with 2 motors next to each other. There's nothing out of the ordinary there, but the magic starts a few seconds after it takes off like a normal helicopter. When the rotor blades start to tilt forward with the wing and your jaw drops, the chopper is now a twin-propeller airplane. This transformer technology is not only beautiful to look at, but it is also very useful. Because of this, the U.S. military uses this plane and has bought hundreds of them. In aircraft mode, the Osprey can travel twice as fast as a normal helicopter. This gives it a big advantage when transporting troops over hostile territory, bringing back wounded troops, helping with disaster relief, and sending special forces on insertion missions. You liked our video? Tell us in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more regular updates.